I don't mean to be insensitive. I know your husband.
Oh, no, I don't. We never put them on, and I do have.
All right, I think we are ready to go. I'd like to call this meeting of the Recreation Committee on September 30th at 7:04 p.m. And I will start with the minutes from the last two meetings. I'm going to share them on the screen if you just want to review them. Just give me 1 second. Joy got them over to me all nice and typed up and ready to go. So we will do this one. Can everybody see that one? This is the meeting minutes from August 28th, 2020.
I'll make a motion that we accept them as stated.
Can we get a second on that?
Second.
All those in favor, raise your hand. Perfect. Meeting minutes from August 28th, 2020 are approved and we posted to the website. Okay, let me share the next one from September 11th.
Make a motion to accept those as well.
Is there a second on that?
Second it.
All those in favor, raise your hand. All right, I'll accept the motion to take the minutes from September 11th, 2020 and post them to the website. All right, I can stop share. Okay, so soccer, first thing on our agenda, only thing on our agenda tonight. We had 54 kids sign up. So we have 3 6U groups, 1 8U group, 2 U10s, and 2 U14s. So 54 kids is not bad for considering the short time we had to put this together, and with just COVID and baseball, fall baseball took a lot of registrations because that was the only sport that was being played at the time. And flag football just came to life, I think, last week to be played in Fitchburg. So that's alive again too. So those are the only really things going. I know Chris Chair City has their clinic going in Gardner.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're in the same thing. They're not having games. They're having pretty much the same things we're doing out in Templeton. So not too many communities are doing things right now except for Gardner and Templeton for soccer. So that's a good thing. Tara's ready to go. We have the balls are all set. Cones, everything's ready to go. So it'll be very low key, spacing in between games, 30 minutes. Very, very, very quiet, very low key. There's nothing else really going on up there. So, and with the governor's new phase on Monday, that kind of opens up capacity a little bit too. So I don't think we have to worry about having 100 people up there for soccer right now. So we're in good shape.
Do we have coaches?
Yep, there's,
Good.
I think there was 5, she said, 5 or 6, including Tara,
Okay, good.
to lead the groups, and she'll send out, I think she already sent them a letter with all the skills and drills on them. So they have guidelines of what to go over and so forth. And at least it'd be very low key, just keeping the kids active pretty much this year and getting them outside and going over some basic skills and drills. So next year when they come in, they'll have a better understanding. And, you know, looking at the registrations, there's a lot of new people that have never played for us before. So that's a good sign that we have new, there's a lot of names on the list that I didn't recognize from years past. So there's a lot of new houses going up in Templeton, a lot of new people coming in. So I think that's a good sign that they're actually getting out and about. So
How many kids do you know offhand? How many we got from other communities?
not many. There was maybe
Okay.
6 or 7.
Okay,
There wasn't too many from other communities, which was good to see that they were mostly Templeton, Baldwinville, Phillipston, Royalston. Couple from Athol, I think, couple from Gardner, but not many.
good. Okay,
Yep. So it's good to see that, you know, our community's still willing to get out there and do things. So it's good to see. So we'll like you said, we'll give them balls. They'll keep them. We don't want them back. And that's all we'll really, you know, they're required to bring shin guards, cleats, hand sanitizer, their own water bottles. Then they're to leave when they're done, when their session's over, so we can keep people moving. There's no congregating, no concession stand. We will not offer any waters or anything like that. So pretty quiet. It's going to be a different scene up there than what we're used to having up there. So hopefully next year we'll be back to where we were with the concession stand and the hundreds of people up there just having a good time playing soccer. So, but we'll get there. The school started field hockey up there today, so they're up there. They're against the youth baseball has been practicing on the Babe Ruth field for about a month now, so they've been using the park. So we're getting back. The high school sports are pretty much going to stay at the high school. There'll be no games at Gilman Waite, I believe. Everything will be done at the high school because of the pods and all that stuff where they have to control who goes in, who goes out. There's no visiting fans, you know, only one parent, stuff like that. So it's very controlled. So it's easy to do that at the high school. And where there's no football, the fields are open right now. So, which works out good. We do have one porta potty up there that we rented that's locked until Saturday mornings. And it's sanitized until that time. And then it'll be locked after our session and won't be used again until it's sanitized for the next session. So there's no access to the general public for that porta potty. The school has rented one, same scenario. It's locked and it will be sanitized before each session that they have up there. So the rules have changed. We have to really watch what we do up there. And, you know, even if we had bathrooms, we'd have to sanitize them after, you know, every 60 minutes or whatever we'd have to do to stay compliant. So, any questions on soccer?
Nope.
I think it's a great thing that we're back. It's a good feeling to finally open up again for a little bit.
definitely.
And, you know, we talked a little bit, you know, basketball, that's the unknown right now. We don't know what's going to happen. Xavier did agree to come back as the coordinator for basketball in whatever fashion we may do, either skills and drills, or, you know, if it is going to happen this winter, or we may have to move to a spring scenario of basketball, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Be outside. It's a good time to be outside. And
Yeah. We got
especially
a new
in late
court.
spring when the weather's warm.
Got a new court. Let's use it.
Yep. And it's got lights, so we can do what we have to do up there. That's pretty much all I really had on that front. Any comments from the board or anything you want to bring up?
Not here. I see a bunch of muted symbols up there, so I guess nobody else either.
Nope.
You good? I'll give you an update on the parks. We were supposed to go to fall town meeting for the update at Gilman Waite for concession stands, fencing, irrigation, so forth, but that got pushed to the annual town meeting, which happens in May. So we're not that far off. I mean, according to the bylaw, we can't really go before capital planning because it's not an unforeseen project, you know what I mean? So it's something, it's not like a fire truck that dies or something like that. We have to stay in the cycle of capital planning because that was the next step. So we'll follow in that sequence, follow the bylaws, and then bring it to May town meeting, which, you know, if it gets voted on in May, it kind of worked out in our favor because that's when the irrigation guys can do their magic, is in June and July, because that's when they're quiet. They do all their work when ground thaws out. So come June and July, they're looking for work. So that'll be in our favor. So we can get the irrigation in the ground before the fall seeding, which is a perfect time.
Is there anything we can work on up there though, in the meantime, or do we have to wait on all those projects, the concession stand and everything else until May?
Yeah, we have to wait till May because
Okay.
the
right.
CPC appropriated, you know, a certain amount of money for us, and it has to go out to the 30B process and bidding and so forth. So everything has to be sequential.
Yeah.
Based on, you know, when we go to capital planning, and then we'll go from there. But the annual town meeting in May, and it'll be an article there.
So what else, is there anything else that we as a committee have to do in the meantime? Or is that all set and now we just wait for the voters?
Yep, we can do our thing. I mean, you know, there's stuff we can do with all the equipment needs to be taken out of that bunker. You know, thrown away what's not good. Whatever we're gonna keep, we're gonna get some, you know, I'm gonna talk to the Board of Health and get some backpack sprayers with that equipment cleaner, sanitizer, and give everything a good sanitation, give it a good cleaning. And then, you know, store it in plastic, whatever we need to do once we sanitize it. All those basketballs, you know, the softballs, anything we can sanitize and put away, we're ahead of the game a little bit. And then, you know, when we get them back out, they've already been sanitized. So that's stuff we can do now while we're waiting. And, you know, just make a good inventory of what we have up there while we're quiet in that bunker, because there's a lot of old equipment in that bunker that we really need to go through. A lot of old catcher's equipment and helmets and stuff that, you know, when softball does come back around again, you may not be able to use our helmets. You may have to supply your own helmet and leave your own helmet. I don't think we can, you know, share the helmets like we used to, share the kitchen equipment like we used to. I think those days are going to be gone. So, you know, let's go through the stuff we don't need and keep what we think we're going to need. And if, you know, the rules change come next spring, we do what we do with it. You know what I mean? But at least it'll be sanitized and put away until then.
So can we, and I'm not saying it needs to be decided tonight, but can we come up with a day in October, a Sunday, preferably, at least for my schedule, but a Sunday in October that we can get up there and take care of that?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd rather not wait until it gets too cold. You know what I mean?
No, because it will get cold very quickly up there. So
yeah,
we need kind of warm weather. But I'm going to get with Lori and the Board of Health and see if I can acquire a couple backpack sprayers.
Okay.
And then that chemical that is used, it's a sanitizer. It's safe for youth sporting equipment. So we'll get a couple drums of that, and, you know, we'll have it because we're going to have to spray tables. And when we do come back to life, we're going to have to keep things very sanitary and clean as much as we can. So.
And that includes the concession stand. So having some of that on hand will be good.
Yep. So a couple backpack sprayers, that'll help us out a lot. So to do a lot of areas, but that bunker, like I said, we just need to, it's not bad. We've gone through it. So it won't be a huge task, but the softball equipment definitely needs to be looked at. And I just have a weird feeling come next spring, we're not going to be able to let them use our helmets in our catcher's equipment and all that stuff. So.
Now, but that raises another thing. That day that we decide to do it in October again, hopefully, how are we going to get rid of things? Would the rec department have to get a dumpster? Or how are we going to
what we do is
a town dumpster? How would we work that?
Yeah, they go through recycling, so they have different dumpsters for different waste streams. So certain things would have to go in certain dumpsters. So what we do is we'd make a pile inside the concession stand, and you know, the buildings and parks, buildings and grounds would come up and sort it, and then put it in the proper waste streams.
Okay.
So we just put it in there, and we tell them to come up and, you know, this is what we have, and they'll take care of it. There's nothing really hazardous. It's all just old sporting equipment and just stuff.
Sure.
You know what I mean? but really can't donate it because I don't even think Play It Again Sports does that anymore. I don't even know if there's still a business in this day and age, so
Right.
I'm not even sure. But a lot of it's antiquated, unsafe. You know what I mean? It's been around a long time. and
Definitely.
We need to get up to speed on our stuff. So, because we will reopen again. I mean, COVID will go away and we want to be around ready for that day. The batting cage, we need to take a look at that. It needs to be rehung and so just little maintenance things, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Stuff that we can put around with up there. And that's about all the stuff that really needs to be done right now. In the spring, we're gonna try to do a cleanup, green up for the town. So it'll be a town-wide project for our parks and our towns and, Project Green and all that stuff they do. So they're working on that now as a community cleanup day in the spring to get our parks ready and our commons and all that stuff. So I know Gardner does it. A lot of communities do it where the community comes together and they meet and they go off in separate directions and do different areas in the town. So, but yeah, we'll definitely get together. I'll get with you guys and try to schedule a date before it gets too cold.
What I'm looking at in front of me right now is either October 11th or October 18th. I think
Okay.
that's just what I'm looking at. The other Sunday would be October 25th. I mean, a week before Halloween, and we are moving forward with Halloween in Templeton. So, but anyway, those are the 2 days
Yep.
I'm looking at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get with you all and just send me dates with which all works for you. We'll get with Dan and see what day works for him. I don't think he works on Sundays, so I think that'll
I
work.
mean, maybe
And
we
we'll-
can, our next meeting, maybe we can just have it on whatever day we decide to go up there to do that project too.
Yeah, if they're gonna let us meet live, I mean, we'll have to see.
Well, that's true. We get the public stuff to deal with. Yeah.
Yep, until then, so. But we'll follow all the protocols, the masks and all that good stuff. When we go up there and clean that
Mhm.
out. Like I said, there's not much, I mean, we've really gotten rid of a lot of stuff over the last couple of years, so it won't be a huge task like it used to be. The scoreboard is still there, still in storage, nice and safe. We're still working on getting that installed through Lyman Signs and the electric company and all that stuff, so. I'd like to get that at least, the pole set before winter and get it all ready to go and, hang the sign in the spring. Keep it in storage for the winter. Keep it, nice and safe. Aaron Codis's memorial is 95% done. I've been in touch with the family and we're just working on a date to have that bench rolled out. So everything's ready to go. We're gonna have the bench mounted as soon as we finalize with the family first. But it's a nice little area. I mean, it's definitely a great tribute to her. I wish we could do more, but I think the family is very appreciative of what we did up there, and I think it's gonna be a nice area when it's all done. And that's pretty much all I got.
Do we want to lay down a date in October to do this, or?
We can now if you want. Yeah, I didn't know if you guys had anything in mind or.
I work 9 to 1, so if it's in the morning, I'm out. But if it's like I can come after, if it's in the afternoon, you guys just tell me when.
Yeah, afternoon would probably be better because the mornings are a little cold. Still.
Yeah.
So, yeah, after lunch or something, we could do that.
I'd propose October 18th at 2:00.
All right, it's a date.
Sounds good. Yep. Chris, that work for you?
What day of the
Get all
week
your
is
boys
this
there,
Sunday?
and we can just sit down and they can do all the work.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
2 o'clock, that would be 1400.
Correct. Nice.
So October 18th, 2 o'clock. And I'll see if I can get the sprayers and stuff by then so we can spray and get some plastic bags and store stuff away that's been sanitized and market sanitized. Just so we know next year that it's been done and we'll date the bags.
Is there still stuff in the boxes?
Yep.
at all? Okay,
Yep.
so we probably should clean those out, sanitize, and do the same.
Yep. Like I said, at least we'll have a good inventory of what's been sanitized, and then, when we do roll those sports out again, we know all the basketballs are at the middle school, which I have not been in since March. So
And-
I'm gonna have to get with Rick Moulton and
Yeah.
them guys over there and see if I can gain access to that closet and see what's in there and go from there and sanitize those also at the same
Well,
time.
let me know when you do that, Scott, because I probably can give you a hand.
Okay. Yeah, because we'd have to
Yeah.
do that probably there on a day that's not open to the, you know what I mean? It would have to be after school and
Well, I know for weather reasons, maybe not, but I mean, I'm thinking actually we might have to sanitize them there, but I would like to currently get them out of there.
oh,
Maybe
definitely. Yeah.
And then we have all of what the rec department has in one spot. We know it's safe and clean.
Yeah.
And then, once all this is over, we can start getting stuff out again and where it maybe
Okay.
has to be. But I'd like to see all of our stuff out
In
of the
one
school
spot.
if possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm sure they want it out of there too. I mean,
I'm sure they do too. Yeah.
because I just have a weird feeling that I don't think we'll see that this year at that
I don't
school.
either.
So
I don't either.
that's a good idea. Get it out of there, sanitize it, put it in one central location, lock it up, and we know no one has access to it. You know what I mean? No one will be
Right.
touching it once it's sanitized.
Right. So, yeah.
All
So
right.
let me know and we can get up there and get that stuff out of there.
Okay. Even if we
Yeah.
can just get it out of there before October 18th and get it up to Gilman.
And then we can sanitize everything at once on that day.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Okay. I'll get
Yep.
with you on that. I'll get with Rick Moulton and find out when's a good day. We can just go in there and take it all out of there.
Sure. Sounds like a
There's
plan.
only like 3 or 4 big bags of basketballs, the portable scoreboard. It's the little odds and ends, but nothing really big. But we can sanitize all those basketballs and put them in big black trash bags and tie them off.
Yep.
That way we know they're clean. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'll get with you on that. I'll get a hold of Rick Moulton tomorrow and find out when's a good day for me and you to sneak in and get that stuff out of there.
If possible, again, Scott, if possible, Sunday or Monday works best for me, but
Mhm.
I'm flexible too.
Even at night, 5, 6 o'clock at night.
Sure.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean, when there's nobody up there and it's just the janitors in there, that would probably be
Yep.
a good time when we can go in there and get that stuff out pretty quick without disturbing anything.
We can go right out the back door.
Right, not disturb anything. Because they don't do their deep cleaning till, I think, Wednesdays and Fridays. And then come Fridays, I think they lock down the building till Monday. So
My understanding. Hmm.
you can't go in there on the weekends, which is fine. I understand. But maybe
So
a
maybe
weeknight
we
when
do.
the
Maybe if
janitors-
we can do it maybe even this Tuesday night.
Mhm.
This next Tuesday, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Get it all in one spot. It's in the bunker. It's cleaned and done for the winter.
Yep.
Okay. And that'll work. Trying to think of anything else. I think that was really all we had going on. There's a lot of housekeeping right now until we get back on our feet. But I am not
And
seeing
I would
anything on
like,
the chat box.
can I make a motion that we close the meeting then?
Wait, can we schedule the next one?
Sorry,
Yeah, we got to
Can we
schedule the next
schedule-
one.
Yes, and then we can close.
copy that.
Sorry, I lose my calendar. I have to have everything in
No,
there.
that's good thinking.
So we're gonna do our cleanup on October 18th, so we can have a meeting. I don't think we really need to have one before then unless, I mean, soccer ends on the 31st, so.
Do we even need to have one this next month?
No, I think we're pretty good. I mean,
After soccer closes, we might have a better idea of basketball, so we can meet in November.
right, 'cause, after, if we meet in mid-November,
Yeah,
I think we'll be in good shape to find out, we'll have a better barometer of what basketball looks like.
exactly.
Yeah, why don't we schedule it? What's everybody thinking for November? Like mid-November?
Providing it's not the 13th, because that's my mother's birthday, or the 21st, because that's my wife's birthday.
Sounds good to me.
Or the
Monday, what day
28th, 'cause
works?
that's my father-in-law's birthday. So other than those 3 days,
What day of the week works better for all of you?
Tuesday or Wednesday nights are good for me.
Okay. What about Jess and Joy? I think you muted.
That is bad.
Oh, there you go.
I'm currently in Massachusetts, obviously. So whenever.
Okay. Chris, any
That
night
was
work for you? Or?
Every day's the same to me, so
It's like Groundhog Day.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Sad.
I'm sitting right here every day, so it doesn't
That's
matter.
so sad.
All right, yeah, so let's, I mean, I have to look at the town calendar to see what meetings are scheduled for Zoom. Hopefully November will be out of the whole Zoom realm, but
Very nice.
we'll have to wait and
Or
see.
majorly back into it with the way things are going.
Right, so who knows, it could go either way. I know
I'm
Steve
looking
and his
at
crew are
in front of me
working on
the-
things to try to go
November-
live again with certain things, but until
I'm
then,
looking
we'll
at
have to figure
November
out how we're
10th,
gonna.
10th or 11th.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, 10th or 11th, does that work for everybody?
The 11th would work better for me because I'm going to Connecticut.
Okay.
I fibbed.
The 10th. Yeah, the 10th doesn't sound like a bad day.
No, I can't do. I can't do it.
Oh, you can't
No,
do
she
10th.
said the 11th. 11th would be better.
The 11th is a
sorry.
holiday.
Yeah, you can't do holidays.
Oh, that's right.
No.
Why don't we go to the 12th? I mean, night before my
12th?
mother's birthday, but
I can do that.
Yeah, night before your mother's birthday. Does that work for you, Chris? You're not going anywhere except for that spot.
I'll be right here.
You'll
I
be
just
right
need to
there.
turn on my camera. That's it.
you got to adjust
All right, so
that
why don't we
thing, though, man.
do?
You look like the guy from, yeah, thank you.
There he is.
Yeah, from the, what's that Tim Allen show or whatever it was.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. Wilson. He looks like Wilson. You can just see his eyes.
So why don't we tentatively plan a meeting for November
That's right.
20th at 7 p.m.
All
What day
right.
of the week is that?
It's a Thursday.
Thursday, yep.
right.
Thursday.
In the calendar.
CPC, we've been having those on Thursday.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, but who knows? Every day is different.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right.
I'll have to look at the calendar. I know CPC schedules their meetings on Thursdays, so I'll have to look out and see if they booked one there.
Okay.
Well, somewhere around there, Scott. Somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
We'll keep it in that range.
Okay.
All right, that's all I
Now
have.
I'm gonna make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Good idea.
All right, everybody in favor, raise your hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. That ends the Recreation Committee meeting for September 30th.